How did you see guys respond, Tony, just to, the tape and just the last few days work after it?
They responded well. I've never seen that before, where you know, coach just sprung that on them on a Sunday, and they went out there and had probably one of their better practices ever in pad. So they have responded up to this point. But it's still a process, right? And the tell will be when the clock reads zero Friday night. So
What was that Sunday practice like? What kind of practice were we talking
it was just a lot of competition and a lot of physicality, and you know, coach laid it out with a clear view of how this place is supposed to play. You know, how we're supposed to play on the grass under the lights, and so we went out there and made sure that they knew how to do that. So, you know, it was a just a physical practice.
Coach Matt Rule said yesterday, the defense has to learn that we're a defensive football team.
Yep.
Well, how do you interpret that? What do you think that means to you and the players?
It means exactly that. I mean, we have to do our job, right? We're 1/3 of the team, so if we don't stop them on defense, then we got no chance. I mean, we got zero chance, and so that just was not good enough. That was ridiculous. So as we go through this process, and they see and they understand, and coach being having those expectations on us on that side of the ball, then we need to live up to it. So
Simultaneously, you pointed out that the longest play was 29 yards, which is that's pretty good. When you say it wasn't good enough, what were the things that you were like, there's the area where we didn't play up to the standard that we had at the previous 4 games?
yeah, I think the execution and then the going out there on the grass and playing with our hair on fire. Those were the two things that showed up the most. You say on that 29-yarder, we didn't even have a guy. We didn't have a guy do the right thing. He went the completely wrong way, and no coincidence it goes right there. So, and that's just one of the plays that we're giving up. But probably more so, about the execution is the way, the manner of which we didn't play with our hair on fire, and that's me. I know Coach sat up here in front of everybody and said that and did that, but that's also my responsibility too, to make sure that when those young men line up on the grass, they play lights out and they play RDV, and they didn't. So we need to make sure that we allow those guys to do that.
Tony, that critique of them or that evaluation of them, of the way that things went, the whole coaching staff, team, did you see it from the beginning of the game? Like, did you see some of the things that were making you unhappy on the first drive, or did it snowball as the lead got bigger?
No, from the first drive you saw it. I mean, you could see things right off the get-go, like the execution part, guys not being in the right spots, and then guys not playing not to lose versus going to win games. I thought Coach said that the best. When we step on the field, we go play to win. We can't be hesitant. That's me included as a play caller, right? I can't be perfect all the time and try to think I'm going to win the game. It's trusting those young men to go out there and go play and lay it out on the line. So it all starts with me in terms of letting the guys go play and being aggressive as hell and turning them loose so that they can go do those things. So.
You played on some Friday games before. For you, what is the difference kind of preparing defense with one last day to go on the road and not having that day here at home to kind of prepare?
Yeah, it speeds everything up. I mean, you don't get the luxury of really taking that extra day to put that last game to bed and then say, okay, have the day to go and look. You merge the 2 days. Putting it away right from the get-go and then turning the next game. And I thought it was really cool to watch, because not only did Coach, I think, do that to make sure, like, hey, there's going to be a standard that on Saturday was not acceptable. That's not the way it's going to be around here, period. But also in the sense of, like, going out there and doing those things, like, brought us back to making sure we take care of what we need to take care of, because that's it, right? I mean, that offense, defense, special teams, we got to do what we do. We got to play to our standards. And I said it last week, regardless of who the hell the opponent is, we got to do things a certain way to give ourselves a chance to win. So going out there and doing it and remind ourselves that it does not matter who we're playing. It is about us doing what we're supposed to do, so that way we can go do it.
How do you guys respond to Deshaun's injury right away, and what does that mean for the secondary moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, that's where all that cross training and stuff helped. You know, we got guys moving around, and they're gonna have to pick up the slack. I mean, we got guys doing that right now. You know, with Cam being down and then Luke going down on game day and stuff like that. You know, all those reps now that the guys took early on, they're starting to show up and help. So you don't have that much of a drop off, but it's still continuing. Now we got those guys who were taking some of those backup reps. Now they're getting the bulk of them, and now you got new guys starting to go in there and getting those other backup reps. So we just got to keep on doing that and making sure that we trust the guys, that they're going to learn it, that they're going to execute on the grass.
How did line Brett's play? Line played 43 snaps and Brett played 37.
Yeah, I'm going to say that as a whole defense. There wasn't one guy you could say played their tails off. Period. We just didn't get it done. Coach, myself, you know, nobody. So I can't say that anyone. How did those guys play? Because nobody went in there and played the way we're supposed to play.
Is that a good learning experience for those two? I think that's the most either one that played.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of game reps, yeah, that's the most game reps, you know, that they got, and you can see, because again, you never know what a guy's going to do until he actually goes in the game against somebody he'd never seen before, and they're running plays that they've never seen before, you know. So it was good to get them those game reps, but you know, the reps that they were in were not good enough.
I think Principal got maybe in camp a little bit. See him starting to get his feet under him. He's working at that jack spot now this week.
Yeah, a lot of guys, you know, and he's awarded himself that by continuing to do the things the right way, you know, going up there and meeting more with coach and coming on the grass and being able to execute. He's one on Sunday that had probably one of his best practices, you know what I mean? And so whenever guys respond the right way, now that just gives you a chance to go out there and actually do it when the lights are on, right? So he's responded the right way up to this point. So, you know, we just got to get him on the field and then turn him loose.
What is it about DeAndre Barnes? I mean, he pops up on the depth chart at least. That's kind of put him in position to be in the mix at least.
Yeah, same thing, Coach Coop, you know, looking at it and cross-training and getting guys ready. There were some guys who kind of flashed early on a little bit more than others, and he was one of them. You know, he's smart and he's physically gifted. So now it just comes down to him learning what to do and then getting him in enough practice reps and stuff so he can just be more instinctual versus right now, you know, sometimes those guys' head is spinning when they haven't taken any reps and all of a sudden you're going up against the one offense or going up against another team. You know, everything is thinking versus instinctual. So we got to get him to a point where he's instinctive.
Tony, what needs to change for the pass rush to get home again after these last 2 weeks where you weren't able to get to the quarterback?
Yeah, I think the again that comes back on me, right? The being aggressive. You look at the games prior, and we're really aggressive up there. The La Tech game, we kind of figured that they weren't going to just let you run back there, right? They were real quick throws and, you know, doing certain things that you like, okay, they're not going to let you run back there and hit the quarterback. But this game, you know, we had some chances too. We just didn't hold up, whether it was we had chances to hit them and the coverage broke down, or whether the coverage was great and we didn't get off of blocks. So that's just me in the play calling, being aggressive and letting the guys loose, and then the preparation during the week, making sure the guys know what to do, and again, it comes back to making sure their mindset's correct, right? You got to play, right? You got to get on the grass and play ball, okay? And that's the most disappointing thing, you know, when you're looking at it as a coach. Like, you go back and look at, like, what did I do wrong, so that way those guys can go, because they do everything that's asked, right? I mean, they came in on Sunday and had a really good practice, you know, and so they're gonna go and do it. So now, one, we gotta do our part, make sure they know what the hell to do, so they can go do it, and then demand that of them, make sure that they understand. Again, I said this before, and I know Coach, this is from coaches, like, there is a way you're gonna play football in Nebraska, okay, and that was not good enough on Saturday, period. So we gotta get it fixed. Thank you.